All right, so let's talk about NPM versioning for just a second, because you get this little caret that says 4.13.3, and that's weird because you've got a symbol there. But all this caret means is that it's going to automatically update for you as new package versions come out. So here I'm saying 4.13.3. But we know new versions of Express are out because we installed 4.15, right? So what the caret means is I'm going to keep the 4 and I don't care about anything else. So that if I do an NPM install, I'll get 4.14 or 4.15 or 4.16, whatever works. And as long as it's the same major version, it's just going to take the latest. A tilde is a little more restrictive. So in this case, 4.13.3, if I have a tilde in front of it, then it's going to ignore just the minor version, right? So if I've got tilde 4.13, I don't care what's after that second dot. I'll take whatever as long as it's the latest. The last option, and the option my NPM defaults to, is nothing. If I have nothing and I say 4.13.3, guess what? I'm getting 4.13.3. And it doesn't matter if new versions of packages come out or not, that's what I'm getting. And a lot of times that's what we default to, because there have been known to be, and there shouldn't be, but there has been known to be breaking changes in minor versions. And so that kind of makes me squeamish. And so I want to make sure I have a little bit more control. Some people are less concerned about that, and that's totally cool. So you can do whichever one you want. That's kind of the way versioning works. Let me show you an example with Express so you see exactly what I'm talking about. Now here I've got 4.15.2, and if you go into Node Modules, you can actually see this. And remember, all I did was npm install Express, and look at all the stuff that came with it. These are all the dependencies for Express. NPM, the latest versions have collapsed this. If you have watched this course in the past before the update, there was only one thing in there, and now there's a whole bunch, and that's just because NPM has flattened out its dependency tree. So if I go to Express and I go to the package.json and scroll all the way to the bottom, you see I have version 4.15.2. If I come back to my package.json, let's just say, hey, 4.13. And I put my caret there. I save that, control tilde to get my terminal, and I'll do an npm install. Actually, let's delete the Express directory here, just so you'll believe me, because it's going to give me exactly the same thing, right? npm install. I'm looking for caret 4.13, so it should install the latest version 4. So if I come to Express, go to my package.json, down at the bottom, 4.15.2. Come back to my package.json. If I go to a tilde, 4.13.2, and I run npm install again, now I should have 4.13. something. It helps if I save it. Then I run it. There we go. Now you see a whole bunch of stuff was installed. And look, Express 4.13.4 was installed. If I take the tilde out, run it again, now you see 4.13.2 is installed. So in this case, we're going to do 4.15.2. That's what we're going to use for this course. 5 is an alpha. There are not a lot of breaking changes. There's actually no breaking changes that we will use in this course. So if it's Express 5 that gets installed, you can go ahead and run this course with Express 5. That'll work. If anything comes up, I'll let you know in the comments and we can get that figured out. Now, there's 2 things I want you to set with NPM to get the same behavior that I've got going on in mine. Now we're going to talk about our npm rc file. So if you go into docs.npmjs.com, files, npm rc, I'm showing you the web page instead of putting this on a nice pretty slide because I want you to reference the page and come out here and look, because there's a bunch of stuff out here that potentially will impact what you're going to do. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a per user config file. I've got one already created in my home directory that does a couple of things, and come out here and look and get one set up for yourself. And let me show you what that looks like. Okay, so from here, I'm going to do vi tilde slash .npmrc, just so you can see it. Okay, so I've got three settings set up here. Progress equals false, save equals true, and save exact equals true. And the two that I want you to care about are save true and save exact equals true. If this is set to false, you're going to get a caret. And remember, I didn't get a caret. And save equals true. Let me show you what this does. So let me get out of that. Come back over here. I'm going to do npm install chalk. And chalk's the next one we'll install. Notice how I didn't do ---- save, and it shows up in dependencies automatically. Because having in dependencies is important, and we always forget to do ---- save. So now I just don't need to worry about it. I also got the exact version, 1.1.3. So that's what those two things are going to do for you if you set up your npm-rc file. So get that set up for you. Follow the docs for depending on whatever OS you're on, and we'll get that running. That's it for this. Now we've kind of danced around this for a little while. Let's go write a web page. That's the next module. Let's go get a web page written.